Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Favi, and welcome to Arrows DIY. On my channel, I like to create Dollar Tree DIYs, high-end dupes, thrift flips, and the occasional trash to treasure. This video is part of the Our Father Who Is in Heaven collaboration, and it's hosted by me, and there's a whole bunch of YouTube creators that also joined me in this fun collaboration. Now, all we are doing is taking our favorite scripture verses and putting them in a DIY today. So I hope you enjoy and check out that playlist link in the description box below. All right, so let's get started. For this first project, I'm going to be using this cutting board that was sent to me by Plaid. I've had this on my stash for a while and I really wanted to save it for a special project. So I'm so excited I got to use it today. I'm going to start off by taping off about an inch under that handle of that cutting board. And I'm going to go ahead with some antiquing wax and give it a nice coat on the face of this cutting board. Once it's full of the antiquing wax and it's nice and rich in color, I'm going to go ahead and paint the sides of this cutting board as well as the inside of that hole at the top there. And then I'm going to go in with a rag and wipe it all off once it's all waxed. Next, I go in and I'm going to paint the bottom portion of the cutting board in this color called Winter White by Folk Art. I really like this color, but apparently I poured way too much onto my board. So you know I'm going to save this paint. I'm going to put all of the excess paint back in that bottle. Now, once that's all painted, I go off and I reveal this nice straight edge. Now, I do like how this looks. I like that natural wood against the antiquing wood. I like these colors, and I might do this again in the future. But for this particular DIY, I didn't think it was fitting with what I was going for. So this is the verse. I printed this out on some printer paper from my printer. And it says, "Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they?" Meaning you don't have to worry about your food. You don't have to worry about anything because your Father in heaven knows everything you need and will always provide for his people. So I absolutely love this verse. I think it's very fitting for what we're going through right now. And I've seen just through my own personal life that it is very true. There is no need to worry because God always provides. So let me know in the description box below what's your favorite Bible verse or if you can relate with this verse today. Now I got this silicone mold from Amazon. It has little birds and little cherry blossom images on them. So I go ahead and I fill it in with some hot glue using my detail tip Surebonder glue gun. It's very important that you take your time because if not, your birds will not have beaks. So be very careful when you're filling your silicone molds with the hot glue gun. You could also use clay as well. I just love making glue gun embellishments. Hot glue embellishments with my glue gun. So now I go in and I give all of these embellishments, all these little hot glue details, a coat of white paint. Now while the paint is still wet, I'm going to go in and paint them with other colors so that it blends in with the white paint. I paint the birds in this color called Coffee Latte. It's a multi-surface paint by Folk Art. And then I paint the cherry blossoms and the leaves as well. Now, once the birds are fully covered in this brown color, I go in and I distress them with some white paint, and then I distress them some more with some antiquing wax. So once I'm happy with how these birds and these flowers look, I'm just going to go ahead and set it aside so that we can start working on the placement of these pieces. So as you can see, I have also attached the verse to the middle of this cutting board, and I did that by using paper Mod Podge. I added some Mod Podge to the actual cutting board itself, and I also added some to the back of the paper. Now, once everything was nice and adhered, I took my ruler and I also drew some of those shiplap lines, extending them the full length of the cutting board. Once that was all done, I just configured all of these pieces around, and I wanted all of the birds to look as though they were perched on top of this cutting board without a worry in the world. I wanted them to look very relaxed and peaceful, and as if they were lounging together without a care in the world. So once I was happy with the position of these birds, I decided to add another detail with hot glue, and I just drew kind of like a branch out of a hot glue, a very just minor detail, nothing fancy. And as that tree branch detail was still drying, I went ahead and I stuck the birds on to that tree branch section. Then once I was happy with the position of all of these details, I went ahead and I just hot glued them using some Gorilla Hot Glue. Now this looks perfectly fine like this, and but I wanted a different look. I didn't want so much color on it. So I noticed that I forgot to write the verse. So what I did was I just used a pencil and I just wrote it in by hand. And now I'm going to go in with the same winter white color by Folk Art in the matte finish. And I'm just going to kind of pounce this kid paintbrush. I'm going to pounce it all over the details we just made. And I'm going to lightly pounce and dry brush this white paint. That way everything looks softer, and we're just going to make this entire piece come together with this white paint. And I did this little by little. I didn't want to overpower one spot. So you'll see that I kind of build this white color on top of each other. I just continue adding and pouncing as I see fit. Sorry about all the noises. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just adding more and more white paint. I also add some antiquing wax because I want this to have a farmhouse, rustic, more like a French farmhouse look. So once I filled it all in, I also went in and dry brushed the top of this piece, and that's when it really started coming together and my vision was coming to life. And I started getting so excited once everything was white distressed. I think it looks so pretty, but I want to know what you think about this DIY. This is one of my favorite verses of all time because it just reminds us that we do not have to worry. And every time we do worry, it just shows our lack of faith. So I'm not saying we're perfect. No one is perfect and we all struggle, but this is a nice reminder that if the birds don't have to worry, we shouldn't have to worry either, because we are very special to our Father in heaven. So once I finished dry brushing everything, I took a popsicle stick and I added some antiquing wax to random spots, and then I kind of just randomly followed those lines we made originally and kind of used my finger to rub them in so that the shiplap matches the color of the distressing. That was my idea. And if you ever add too much distressing, you could always go back and add more white paint, which is what I do here. I wanted this piece to be very French farmhouse. I wanted it to be very more neutral. So I did pounce over some of the words as well, and I blurred it. I kind of rubbed it out with my finger. So that's what it's looking like. I also distressed the sides with the mixture of antiquing wax and a little bit of white paint. But this is how it turned out. I really love this one. I think it's so charming and I love the verse on it. You gotta let me know what you think about this one, and I really want to know what's your favorite verse in the comments below. Our Father in Heaven collaboration, and please check out the playlist link below so you can see all the creators and their favorite Bible verses. I would also appreciate it if you guys could share this video, and it will help this video be shown to people all over the world who might also enjoy this content. So thank you for your support. Now for this next project, I'm going to be using these canvases. They're 11 by 14 and I got them at Michael's on clearance. So now I'm taking these stickers from the Dollar Tree, and as you can see, I just use my ruler to help me line them up. These are the poster stickers from Dollar Tree, and they're my absolute favorite. They help any project look so much more finished, and it's an amazing way to add personalization to your projects without a Cricut. Now I had every intention to use my Cricut for this video, but it just was not working. So I'm still working on my Cricut. I'm still working on figuring out all the bells and whistles. And thank you so much for your patience as I get it together. So here I just freehanded the word "and" because I wanted it to be a little bit more playful. And I wanted to add some personality with this font. So I just freehanded something I saw online, and I used a small thin paintbrush and some black paint. Now my best advice, if you're ever trying to paint like hand letter, is to not press your paintbrush. Do not press your paintbrush down hard. Just guide it lightly over the line and go very slowly for best results. But this is how it turned out. I also needed to add Mod Podge to help these letters stick. So I did add Mod Podge before and after adding these letters. And I know this one is super simple, but I think it's such a great reminder. So that's why I picked this one. Be still and know, and we all know the rest. Be still and know that I am the Lord. Be still and know that I am God. So I'm going to put this one in my bathroom because I just think it's so relaxing to know that we need to just slow down and remember who's in control. So these are my two projects for today. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I had so much fun creating them. Let me know if you like collaborations like this, faith-based collaborations, because I will love to do them. It isn't easy sharing your faith on YouTube. So if you guys could share this video, it would really help shine the light in this dark time we live in. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching today. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like buttons, and please don't forget to check out that playlist link in the description box below. Have a great day, friends. Take care. God bless. Catch you on the next one. Bye. If you like this video, here's some others you might enjoy.